show. Is it a sandwich? If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you'd be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carrie, Kelly, Matt, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
Hey, you know how I like to drink my ale? Gingerly. Get it? Gingerly? Ginger ale. Hey, you don't have to be spiteful. Try coming up with like 6 puns. It'll Mountain Dew you in.
Oh my.
Okay, enough of my silliness. Let's get mellow yellow here on Order Up.
Oh my goodness, Matt. That is hilarious. And wow. So I'm Carrie Haim, and welcome to Order Up. We're here today with our co-hosts, Mary Kennedy and Matt Ardill. Mary, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And you know what? Because we are hard-hitting journalism, Kelly is out in the field doing some research on sodas.
Wow, she is an intrepid co-host. We hope she's safe out in the field, not drinking too much, not getting too gassy or anything like that, because that's very uncomfortable. And yeah, this is Order Up. And this season we are talking about pop, soda pop, or soda. There are so many ways to say this, but we're talking drinks, basically your favorite drinks. This is what this season is all about. And Matt has some really cool facts today.
Now, if you want to go old school when it comes to soda, you can't get much more old school than the Coca-Cola owned brand Schweppes. It was founded in 1783 by Johann Jacob Schweppes, the creator of the method to mass produce carbonated mineral water. He started the company in Geneva, Switzerland, expanding to England, and is now sold around the world. It was purchased by Coca-Cola in 1999 because all must kneel before Coke. They will own you all. Now, Schweppes may be the oldest ginger ale on the market, but it's not the best, in my opinion, as a Canadian. That is Canada Dry.
Agreed. Hard agree.
It's just the best. It's the best. Founded in 1890 by the son of Robert McLaughlin. There we go. Yummy, green bottle. Robert McLaughlin was the founder of the McLaughlin Carriage and Motor Company, a.k.a. for the Toronto folks here, the Planetarium Dude.
Okay.
There's a planetarium that's never used as a planetarium anymore in Toronto, named the McLaughlin Planetarium after Robert. So his son, the pharmacist John J. McLaughlin, left Enniskillen, Ontario for the bright lights of Brooklyn, New York. And he worked at a carbonation factory and brought those skills back to Toronto. And in 1904, he created Canada Dry Pale Ginger Ale. It was so delicious, 3 years after its creation, it was given the royal appointment by the Governor General, meaning it was the official drink of the Governor General's premises.
My goodness.
Wow.
So fancy.
It got a special logo that had a beaver sitting atop a Canadian map. That was eventually just deemed a little bit too silly by the Canadian people, so they changed that to a crown on top of a shield. The dry is actually a reference to the sweetness of the drink. It is much less sugary than other ginger ales of the time, and it is considered dry like a dry wine. This is also referencing a common saying, "Don't drink Canada Dry," which at the time was used to basically poke fun of somebody who's like taking their time to get a drink, usually on your dime, and your patience. So it's hey, don't drink Canada Dry, which is
I've never heard of that. That is really cool.
Yeah, it's one of those old timey sayings.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I think we should bring it back.
Like a hat kind of thing. Yeah.
So we might have a fight here, Matt. You know me. So I'm a Schweppes girl. Sorry, I don't mean to go against
Schweppes
the
is good too. Schweppes is good too.
But is it because it is not as sweet that you like the Canada Dry, or is it because you're Canadian?
Because it's not as sweet. I'm a Coca-Cola addict, and I have to make that clear. I'm not a Coke addict, but I'm a Coca-Cola addict.
Very different.
Very
Very different. Yes.
It actually kind of has the same impact. You get twitchy and really annoying.
Also
but
true.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not as sweet. And until probably the last 10, 15 years, there's a lot more real ginger in the ginger ale in Canada Dry than there was in Schweppes. So it had more of a gingery bite. It wasn't as like bitey as a ginger beer, but it was sort of like somewhere in between like a ginger beer and like a Schweppes ginger ale, which I kind of liked.
So the best ginger beer ever here in the States, and I don't know if you guys have it in Canada, is Vernon's ginger ale.
I remember Vernon's.
It's so delicious.
I forgot about that. Now let me ask you guys a question about ginger ale. Who here drinks ginger ale when they're feeling sick?
Oh yeah.
Does everyone drink it? Yeah, everyone drinks it. Okay. Just didn't know if it was just like a me thing. Yeah, that's it's comfort drink, and like icy ginger ale works for me.
When I was a kid feeling fancy, I'd mix like 50% ginger ale, 50% orange juice. It was like my kitty samosa.
Oh my.
Kind of thing.
Oh.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Did you say samosa?
Or not samosa, kitty.
It's like, wait a minute.
Mimosa.
Not samosa. I'm tired. This is my third podcast in a row. I am getting food and drink mixed up.
Samosas are comfort for me too, so it's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Yeah. My kitty mimosa.
That's hilariously funny.
Yeah.
So Carrie, this is the perfect time to ask who our guest is.
Guest today,
Our guest likes samosas, and I do too. They are delicious. I'm going to tell you who our lovely guest is today. She is a comedian, an actress, a writer, and a producer. She's performed all over the world. She was the first Indian woman to headline Kenny Robinson's Nubian Disciples of Pryor. You've also seen her on Kevin Hart's LOL Network and CTV Canada's Roast Battle, where she's fantastic. So in addition to all of these comedy accolades, this superwoman is a behavioral therapist and a mother of two. Please welcome the very funny Crystal Ferrier.
Yes. Yes. And I had the distinct pleasure of featuring for Crystal when I was in Canada. Yay.
Yes, great moment. Yes. Lovely.
And I enjoyed Crystal's comedy very, very much that night. And now I am a new fan. So it's great. Yeah, she's hilarious. So we're so happy to have you here. Mary's going to ask you some very complicated questions. And I hope you're ready. Okay.
So I am actually going to go against the grain because Kelly's not here. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. But here's my mom question for you. And Carrie, you might want to know too.
Okay, here we go.
When will it be okay for your kids to drink soda?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? They're 7 and 8, and they just started drinking juice, actually. So,
it's a gateway drug.
Yeah. You know what? I won't lie. I did give my daughter Coke when we were in Coca-Cola.
Being in the comedy world, we need to be very clear about that.
And funny enough, Coca-Cola in Cuba. So if I said Coke in Cuba, it would have been really bad. Because we were on a resort and she wanted to try it. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We're on a resort. Let's have some. And she really liked it. And I was like, oh no, here we go. But I was like, nah, that's like a Cuba thing. You know, you can't have it when we come home. And so it haven't really bothered me. But I don't know. We'll see. It might be tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see.
How about you, Mary? When did your kids start drinking pop or soda or whatever you call it there?
Well, it's soda. My husband, who we did interview for these episodes because he is a soda connoisseur and I'm going to put him in a recovery program. He snuck soda to my kids at like 7 and 8.
Okay.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, but my in his defense, our daughter is lactose intolerant,
Ah.
and our son was drinking too much milk. Now, I would have said maybe give them water, but my husband thought it was time to give them Coca-Cola.
Okay.
So my daughter does not like soda at all. She's a water drinker, thank God. My son, I like a little mini Coke once a day, Coca-Cola, excuse me, like Carrie does. I do, and my son steals mine. So I think we've got a duo problem. So yes, so now that they're teenagers, as long as they have good grades and they're on time to get out of here for college, it's okay. We're fine. You'll see.
I wish my mom had put this kind of thought into it. Like my godmother would visit from Montreal, and she would bring bottles of Grape Crush and give that to me. Like, I was 2.
Wow.
It was 1976. It was a different time, just like, give the kids some pop. They'll burn themselves out on sugar high, and then we can have some time.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, and in my family, I remember having soda like at 3 or 4. So,
I don't remember it that young, but I do remember it at 7 or 8, and that was just the drink, because I remember going to like McDonald's birthday parties in the mid 70s, and you would get either the orange drink or a Coke or whatever the drink was. And now when my kids were little, I just said pop was like a grown-up drink. My daughter is 13. She'll drink ginger ale once in a while. She'll drink Sprite once in a while, but she's a water drinker. And my son only drinks milk and water. He won't even drink juice right now. So this is it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think I would allow them to have it at this age at 11 and 13, but they're not too keen on it. So yeah.
Wow, that's great. So, okay, so we went against the grain because it's hard-hitting journalism. But here's the real questions, Crystal.
Okay.
What was your favorite beverage as a kid?
Okay, so as a kid, I was in India as a kid. I enjoyed this juice. It was a mango juice, and it was called maza. And maza in Hindi means like enjoyment, really. But I'm sure it's way worse than pop, because it was like
the sugar
thick juice that was pure sugar. Pure. It was like probably like one step of heat away from like a syrup.
Wow.
It was pure sugar, but delicious. Sometimes I go looking for it, and there's a couple of Indian stores here where I live now, and they have them in the store.
It still exists. It's still around.
It still exists. Yeah, I'll buy a bottle and just guiltily drink it by myself.
My daughter would love that. She loves mango juice and all that kind of stuff. Those are like her favorite things. I'll have to keep my eyes open for that. Yeah.
Yeah. But we also had pop, which we didn't call pop in India. But we have a version of Coca-Cola, which is called Thumbs Up, which is a cola. And we had a version of Sprite, which is called Limca. So I was kind of introduced to those things before I came here. And when I came here, I discovered ginger ale, which I was like, oh my God, this is disgusting. At first, it's like ginger. But then as I got older, it was my favorite thing. And I don't even know if they really make it, but raspberry ginger ale I think that was a Schweppes thing. Because now I've seen cranberry ginger ale with Canada Dry. So
is there that sort of phase where everything was like a raspberry lemonade, raspberry ginger ale, raspberry?
Exactly.
Yeah. What drink reminds you of your parents?
Alcohol.
Okay, if there was carbonation, it's a soda.
Like Johnny Walker for my dad, rum and cokes for my mom. There's Coke, Coca-Cola, right? But yeah, that's what I remember drinks.
Coffee or tea or neither?
Oh, everyone's gonna hate me because I have never drank. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I've never drank coffee and I've never drank tea in my entire. 40 years of life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my mother thinks I'm sick because I don't drink tea. Because that's our thing. Like Indian people have to drink tea all day. Like that's our thing. Like, chai is our thing. But no, I don't know why. Coffee used to smell bad to me. And then tea didn't really do anything for me. And because of course in India we have masala chai. So it's not the regular tea. It has spices in it and it didn't really float my boat. So I never really drank it. Even university, you know, all my friends studying would be up with coffee and the smell just repulsed me. So I never got it.
Can I ask a question? Is there any hot drink that you like if you ever want like something warm to drink?
You know what? I recently tried a Starbucks drink. It's like an apple cider kind of thing. And that I like a warm apple cider. But sometimes a hot chocolate, but not really. That's more like maybe a Christmas out with the kids kind of treat, you know? But yeah, I'm not a warm drink person.
Okay.
It's weird. Yeah.
So I have to ask, I'm going against the grain, Kelly. This is
I love it.
So here's
how
did you possibly have babies and not drink caffeinated hot beverages? Like
I don't know. Like this is TMI, if I have gas, I drink hot water, but only if I feel like a tummy ache or something, you know. But yeah, I never felt like it. I don't know.
She's her own woman. Don't judge, Mary.
Oh my God, I hate telling people this. They're like, you're crazy. You're a psychopath. How do you get through life without a coffee in the morning? Because I know some people really like, they're like, don't talk to me. I have my morning coffee, you know, but yeah.
I don't, you are not only are you an amazing comic, actor, everything, wonderful mother, but you can wake up in the morning without a coffee. I don't know what to say.
She's like a hero.
This is an order up first here.
Yes.
You know,
in the Order Up Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Right. Do you say soda pop or soda pop?
Yeah. So in India, they call it soda. But over here, in Canada, they call it pop. Yeah. So now I just call it pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the right answer. Yeah. Except for Canadian. Yeah.
Well, do you guys call it soda or soda pop in the States?
I call it soda, but I'm from Boston. If you go to the South, it's pop. Mm-hmm. If you go to the Midwest, sometimes it's pop. And California, it depends on where you are and who you're with. So, you know, but I call it soda.
Okay. And if you're an old timey soda jerk, it's a soda pop.
There. I was like, soda pop. There. Okay. Makes sense.
Soda pop.
Soda pop. Yeah. So we call it soda. But I will tell you, my roommate in college was from Georgia, Atlanta, and she would call every soda, no matter what it was, Coca-Cola, you know, orange, grape soda, everything was a Coke.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Kleenex, you know, it's just become synonymous with the beverage.
It's weird.
Wow.
That is kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird. And I had no idea what she was ordering and nobody else did. Do you really want a Coke or do you want a Sprite? Well, of course I want a Sprite because I said Coke. Anyway. So what is your favorite soda or pop? Ask if they answer number 4 and why. So you answered it. So what is your favorite soda or pop?
I feel like I go through phases. Like I definitely had a grape crush phase.
Ooh, okay.
I had a cream soda phase.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I used to love it, but now I can't stand it. There's a Caribbean pop it's a pineapple pop, and that is really good. I really love that one. But a good old, I'm going to say Coke, not Pepsi. Sorry. A good old Coke with ice is like, I feel like when I eat pizza or pasta with tomato sauce, I need Coke. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm exactly the same. I'm going for dinner with Crystal. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're twins.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do you like a good Coke with pizza or pasta? Matt?
Ew. Matt.
Oh.
Me, I will drink Coca-Cola with anything.
Oh.
Like, I have got a problem.
He's a Coke floozy.
I drink it in the breakfast hours. Like I don't drink coffee, so I drink I have a pop instead. I have a diet. It's diet, thankfully. Like, since the diabetes, I don't drink the regular anymore. So at least I'm not killing myself that way. I'm just killing myself with aspartame. So I will, pasta, burger, steak, name it. I don't drink wine. I don't drink booze. Nothing against it, but I just,
I'm the
I
same.
got hooked.
Yeah.
I've never got off that bottle, basically.
But here's an interesting thing then I have to ask you, Matt, and if anyone else wants to chime in. I didn't like Diet Coke until, and my son, don't be mad at me, son. I only drank Diet Coke in my pregnancy. And that's probably really crappy, and I apologize. But I was so nauseous, it was the only thing that I felt like I could drink because the Coke was too sugary. When did you start drinking Diet Coke?
Well, I actually drink Diet Pepsi. I drink regular Coke, Diet Pepsi. Or Coke Zero, that Coke Zero stuff, because that actually tastes like regular Coke.
Yeah.
Because I find Diet Coke tastes really gross to me. But Diet Pepsi, I like better than the taste of regular Pepsi. So I kind of like switch allegiances, change my Gryffindor from Gryffindor to Hufflepuff or whatever kind of thing there. But mainly I started drinking it most regularly when I started living with my wife, because she only drank Diet Pop.
Okay.
And even then I would still come home with like one of those 1 liter bottles of regular Coke, but the diabetes put an end to that. I haven't touched regular pop since, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you think Diet Coke tastes Coke Zero tastes better than Diet Coke for you?
Yes, because I find it tastes closer to regular Coke. It doesn't taste the same. None of them taste the same, but it tastes not as different as Diet Coke. But I find Diet Pepsi actually tastes better than Diet or Coke Zero.
Crystal, do you ever do diet drinks? Like, I don't like them at all, but
yeah, you know what? The Diet Coke, the aspartame kind of flavor really is too much for me. But I've tried Coke Zero, and it has a little bit of a saltiness to it.
Yeah.
Is that real? Like, or is it just me?
No, yeah, it's real. I get that too, which is why I like Diet Pepsi is my
okay.
I'm gonna try Diet Pepsi. I haven't tried.
I don't think I've tried it either. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, and here's a trick that I do. Matt cannot do this because of the diabetes, but I do half Coke in a glass and half seltzer.
Oh.
And it tastes like a Diet Coke.
I would try that.
Really?
But it doesn't have the aftertaste, and it's half the calories. I get the mini can, which is 90 calories. It's like, this is my skinny version of Coke. I use half a thing of skinny Coke, right? The small one. And I use half of the seltzer. We call it seltzer. I do anyway. And then, and if I really want to go crazy, I will get the La Croix lime seltzer. And it's like I'm having a Diet Coke with a lime. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Follow Mary for more cooking tips.
Right?
Yeah, you won't get very far if there's cooking involved. But
I have a question for you, Crystal. Have you tried the Jolibee pineapple drink?
Yes.
Oh, it is so
What is
good.
in that?
What is this? Please tell more.
It's like a pineapple pop.
Oh,
Yeah. I've only found it at Jolibee, which I've only discovered because they opened more downtown restaurants a few years ago, and I had it and I was like, "Where's this been all my life?" And what inspired spaghetti and fried chicken? Like that is a choice. But yeah, it's really good. It comes with this pineapple pop that is so delicious.
Yeah.
There's a Jolibee like right near my house. I haven't been there yet. It's in the mall right near my house, but I've got to try the pineapple pop. That sounds really good.
So explain again for the American what Jolibee is. What is it exactly?
It's a Filipino restaurant.
Okay. Delish.
Mhm.
So it's it's a Filipino style fried chicken, spaghetti. They have a burger there, and they have a pineapple drink that you can only get there, and they have these really good pies, like really really good pies. I was watching this one YouTuber reviewing their food, and the person just came along and took their pie and ran out. It was in New York, of course.
Oh my God.
But I was like, well, I'd do that if they weren't paying attention to their pie. Those were good pies. So,
well, and in California, we have horchata.
What's that?
It's a Mexican soda.
Mexican soda.
So it's a Mexican. Actually, horchata is not. Horchata is a milk drink, like a milk flavored drink, coconut. They also do some juices. And then we have, and I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, but I'm going to say it, Jalisco, which is the soda.
Okay.
So, but if you go to Mexico, if you go beyond the border here, they do have what they call Mexican Coca-Cola. But all it is Coca-Cola in a fun bottle. There's really nothing to. Yes.
It uses sugar cane.
Oh, that's the difference.
Of high fructose syrup. Yeah. So the Mexican restaurants here in Toronto, you can get Mexican Coke, and Canada uses a mix of high fructose corn syrup and sugar cane because we don't have the embargo on Cuban sugar. But in the States, they've replaced all of the sugar with high fructose corn syrup. So there's a different taste when you get on the other side of the border.
Matt,
why didn't I have Coke when I was in Canada? I don't think I did.
You did.
I did? Okay.
You did one night, I remember.
So that's how much of an addict I am. I know the different. I'm like, okay, I got to get like a Mexican Coke here today. I got that. Oh, that Jones.
Let's have an intervention for Matt on our next episode. Please join us.
I know we'll get Dr. Drew to come up. Yeah.
So
how do you? Go ahead, Carrie.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Mary.
I said, how do you feel, Matt, if we were to take the Diet Coke out of your house? How would that make you feel?
I need that help. Right now.
Crystal, do you buy pop? Like, do you have it in your house on a regular basis?
No, not on a regular basis. But I will, like, maybe on a Friday when I know we're going to veg out and kind of hang out on the couch or something, then I will. But it's not always in my house. No.
Right. Have you tried the Soda Stream thing? You know, the thing where you can carbonate your water?
Yeah, no, I've heard of it, but I haven't tried it. Is it good? Do you guys use that as well?
I have one. I quite like it. I used to buy the flavors because you can make your own pop, but I just like the seltzer water, the soda water. It's really good. Yeah.
It's owned by PepsiCo. So I have like the Diet Pepsi stuff, and I mix it a little bit light because it's almost like a fountain drink that way.
Oh my
Like the syrup isn't as intense as I like it a lot, but you control the carbonation. Like my wife likes her sodas very flat.
Oh.
So I'll do less of a pump on the thing for her, and then I'll do mine, and I like mine fizzy.
Yeah.
So I do like extra long.
So complicated, Matt.
Yeah, fancy. Wow.
You and Mary should have your own cooking show just with drinks.
See, I give it 6 pumps instead of the 5.
Well, and I love me a fountain Coke from McDonald's. That is heaven to me. So, and it doesn't taste like the Coke out of the can. I don't know what it is.
No.
It's formulated differently. Again, this is my addiction coming through. They have a unique formulation specifically designed to work with the ice in a Coke in the cups at McDonald's.
Oh.
So it injects in a way where it's thicker at the bottom and it will thin as the ice melts. I watch way too much YouTube.
Yeah.
I am sorry. Just sit around watch this video about Coca-Cola. I could get up and do something. Right?
but it's perfect because you are a research person. So
there you go.
So speaking of research, if you want to see Crystal perform, fantastic. Crystal, tell us where people can find you and when they can see you, or where they can find out that information, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yes, I always say come to my Instagram. It's very easy at Crystal the Comedian. I usually post all my shows there. So that's the best place to find out where I will be next.
I highly recommend you do it, everybody. She is hilarious. She totally inspired me to think about getting into comedy. And I really, really enjoyed you. Crystal, thank you so much for joining us today and talking about all of your pop predilections. And, we hope all goes well for you and that your kids don't drink too much.
Soda.
That's it. That's what I meant.
That too. Why not? Yeah, thank you. I'll take it. Guys, thank you for having me. Appreciate you all. It was so much fun.
Thank you. Take care. Okay, so today's listener is my dad, Richard Zemnikas. How you doing, Dad?
Hey, good morning.
All right, Dad, do you say pop or soda?
I say soda.
Dolly, our dog, is in agreement, listener. You say soda. Really? I say pop. That's so funny. Okay, what is your favorite soda?
My favorite soda is Pepsi Cola.
Pepsi, nice. Because we drank a lot of that in Montreal. It was more Pepsi than Coke.
That's right.
And do you like ice in your soda?
Lots of ice.
All right. Mom doesn't like any.
Oh, well, she prefers, I guess, more mellow drink.
You do like your ice. It's true. Thanks, Dad.
Mary Kennedy, Kelly Zemnikas,